now. But get some of that Battle Craze music in, as I like to do. Alright. So, tier list, tier list, tier list. I'm not going to use the actual tier list maker thing because I'm special.
We like to do things more official.
Yeah. We'll see if this actually ends up changing.
I think it will.
Excuse me.
Not like a whole ton, but you know.
I just mean like the fact that we have an A- tier that's this big. Let's see.
If the DP change is about to change how I have to play the game, so I'm gonna suck dick at it. Unless I pick Wallace, who like does not care about any of that, and will probably get better. So that's cool.
So all 42 of these slots are in the game and playable. The only thing that's missing is that Jeet Side S needs 2 new supers. I don't think it'll change how he plays significantly.
Yeah, the tier list. I don't think the tier list will really impact or show that he's missing 2 supers.
Yeah, exactly. So, alright,
And then, do we have the old one for comparison?
You know, yeah, let me save this so I can...
Because I like comparing to see who's gone up and down.
This is it, I believe?
Yeah, looks like it.
So you know, I would still honestly probably put his. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah,
I still think probably is still the best in the game.
Still putting Isabelle up there. Well, let's do it as we do. We just go in order of character.
Right,
Yep.
so a G.
G.
A G, I think. Okay. Do we think side S is A+?
Well, let's zoom in order. We got Side
Yeah,
C, who
we have-
I think, honestly, still top 10. Side L
Yeah,
is actually
agreeable.
really... I think Side L
Side-
has become incredibly good.
Yeah, side L's really good. I mean, we put him at 11th,
That's true.
basically.
He's
So
gonna
he was
move up
just.
again.
I
He
think
might be a top 10.
I think he's
but
a
I'm
top
not-
10.
I can agree with that. And I don't know, is side S top 10? It seems really good.
It seems
From what I've
insane, but
seen.
it's also... It has its own drawbacks. It's...
It seems gimmicky, but also some of the gimmicks seem really strong. So I don't know. It might come down to adapting to it.
I think it's
so.
just
Because I haven't played against it too much.
he is a G. He's the most Ajit to Ajit, and by that I mean
No, because I think
Yes.
Ajit is, at his core, much more versatile, whereas Side S Ajit is a lot just...
Now hear me out.
Mhm.
No, he takes all of Ajit's strengths and magnifies them, and he takes all of Ajit's weaknesses and magnifies them. I think he's got like a lot of the stable pressure that Ajit has, except it's even crazier because he's got all this other stuff that he can do. But I think his weaknesses are the same as Ajit's, except amplified. His DP is, well, obviously it's going to be way less safe with the level 2 change.
Yeah.
But it's also low profilable. His fucking range is horrendous. It is. I'm pretty sure he's got the lowest range in the game. I don't think it's like lower than Ajit's by a substantial margin, but it's enough.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. So... I think that stability probably puts him in A.
Yeah, okay.
like A is the highest I can see him right now.
I think he's good, but yeah, he definitely has, like his lack of range paired with the fact that he doesn't have a fireball is like, ugh, it's something. But I think he is really good when he's in, but he does have to get in, and that actually is kind of tricky for him.
dash. He doesn't have a run.
Yes, that's true.
has a dash, so he has a harder time getting in too.
Yeah. It might be one of those where it's just matchup dependent.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even know if it's that. It's just weird. He's pretty
I
much
think, well, I don't know. I think he probably struggles in fireball matchups more than the other two.
I do like he is just he is the most that like side S a G. Like you would not expect side S a G to be that weird, but what we came up with by just kind of throwing shit at the wall is
You know,
just
he's
abs-
really just like a very strong rushdown.
yeah, like absurdly rushdown. Like he is the most rushdown of rushdowns. It feels like, but he'd only be more so if he had a command grab. But
Well, write that down.
I think that was proposed like several times for his like command dash was like wanted to a grab, and I'm like, I love
We
that
have
idea.
so many command grabs.
I would love to do that because I love that so much, but we need to slow down on those, which I think
Yeah,
was really
Because
cool.
I feel like, it's coming up to a point where it's like,
It's really like Strive levels of just, oh, everyone has a command grab.
Feels
I
more
don't mind.
it's more like Vampire Savior. It's like
Yeah.
literally everyone had one just because.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it was funny. Yeah.
I mean, at some point, we might end up doing that. It'd be really funny.
I
Honestly-
just don't know what Jane Bane command grab would look like. Would she would just do the Q where she would grab you and then explode?
She would definitely just be like... she would grab you and then twirl you around with like her fireball throwing animation and then throw you up.
That'd be great, actually. Shit. Oh my god.
See what
Tsugumi,
I can do?
I think
I-
they're.
I think she's probably still an A+. I don't think Seidel is anymore.
You really
Are
think Seidel went down?
Really, I don't think so. What? How would Seidel be down?
DP.
But okay, but
I'm
DP.
quantifying
Okay, if
that
it's
change.
if it's universal to all characters
It
with
is.
DP, how is
Some
it so
character-
much
okay,
worse?
Cal, what other DP does Tsugumi have?
What
He
does
has
that mean?
one, and it's the invincible one. Which means against any character with a command grab, she actually can't do the common mix-up of doing the light DP instead to get out. She has no other option that puts her in the air that quickly.
That's true, actually.
That's
That
a
is-
very, 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 very important distinction I want to make really
But
clear.
okay.
And I think the
So,
implication
but
is
you think
that both
that
Tsugumis
makes
went
her
down.
not top 10?
I think
Because
no,
she can't
both
deal
Tsugumis
with
went
command
down.
grab as good, makes her
No,
not top
yes.
10.
And regular throw!
Okay, but with regular throw, you're still a mix-up, and if you do your DP and they get hit with the throw, then you get a fat combo.
Yeah, but like, Ajit does that too, except he's also got a jab DP.
that puts him in the air,
Like,
so it makes him
Yes,
immune to
it puts
throws.
him in the air so it avoids the throw as well. Like, it's important. I think it's a big change.
I think the implication is that both Tsugumis went down, but
Yes.
Seidel is the one that was closest to being off the top 10.
Hmm. That's my thoughts. Is
And-
that Seidel was,
And I mean,
Already-
considering she's still really high up here, I think that makes sense because I think she is still really good, but she has those weaknesses. And then Side C feels a little better just because she has, combo extender level 2.
I mean, it's that, and just again, the amount of times I have won because I got out because of my DP.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
this
yeah.
character who has very low health. It's pretty massive. Like, she's pretty much forced to rely on backdash, which is not the worst thing ever.
Right.
But like, again,
I think this makes sense.
I don't think she's top 3 anymore. But I think she's still really good.
Yeah. God, I think
Robo-
Ajit's probably going to beat her out. So Robo Sagumi. This is a
Probably
character.
still A.
This is a character that I think we thought highly of when she first came out, and then I feel like gradually over time it's just been like, yeah, she's not that good, really.
I think she's still A. I mean, the nerf to the command grab is a lot, but I think like she still has a lot of strengths going for her. It's just like they're not like super crazy.
Oh, you didn't see the thing we did to her jump SP.
Oh yeah.
It's got
What
the
did
Bernie
you-
drop kick thing.
Oh, well
It's-
then, I mean that's a nice buff.
Yeah. It's slower, but so it doesn't air as well, but it's I think
I would-
low A.
Yeah, I think low A makes sense. I mean, like it's still a Sagumi, you know, and it
Well,
has like
kinda?
overhead low mix, and she has a ginormous DP. It's
The
not
thi-
as big as before, but it still beats cross up.
The thing
which-
about Sagumi though is Sagumi is defined are mostly, or can mostly be defined by her movement speed, and Robosugumi doesn't
Yeah.
have that.
Well, sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. She
But
also
honestly, one combo and she's basically at 3 batteries, the main thing. Like, if she lands a hit, she's basically at 3.
true, but her batteries also don't give her that much.
Yeah, it mostly just gives her the speed back, which is, to be fair, a nice trait to have. I think low A makes sense.
Yeah, I think
Honestly, if you were looking to buff her, I would say if her health is like 900, you can buff it.
we did.
We already did.
It's 950
Oh,
now.
is it? It's 950?
950, yep.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah. So
As a nod to Robo-Kai having more health than Kai.
no, just because it made sense because she's slower
And a robot.
and a robot.
So
Sure.
how many? So okay, I think there's an argument to be had that Sherm could be A+.
I
Like
think
regular
now with
ass
DP
Sherm.
changes, yes.
Because of the fact that Sherm is basically like the ultimate pesterer on your block because he's just always like 0 and he's just always pressing.
I think, in my opinion, Sherm has rapidly become one of my least favorite characters to fight. Not like in a way that like I dislike, but man, he is really good.
No, okay. I've been saying from the start that he's extremely annoying, and it's just gotten more and more annoying.
I think Side L is still the best of them.
I still think Side L is the best one, and that's still A+. But I think Seaside Sherm deserves to be A+ as well.
I think Side L, the thing that really puts him over outside of his passive being fucking insanely good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the passive is the best one in my opinion.
And the air fireball is insane. That move is
air fireball. I think honestly, focus is so good for pressure because you can just dash cancel it all the time.
Yeah, it's the focus, the air fireball.
I can't figure out why the air fireball is doing so well. It's so strange to me. It's just like
it was a joke.
I know, it was just like, oh, fireball in the air,
you
whatever.
do it on the way down, right? And a majority of the recovery is intended to be when he's in the air. So if you do it on the way down, he drifts down, and then you land, and you don't have a lot of recovery. So it's technically got less recovery than doing a grounded fireball if you're given the time to get it out. And
honestly, you could make it have a little bit of landing lag.
No, but it already does.
It does.
You could make it a little bit more. I don't know. If you think, I'm just saying, if you thought it was too good.
No, the implication isn't that it's too good. It's just that like it's
surprisingly
a good tool.
It is performing well in spite of the fact that I thought it would just be there as a joke.
Yeah, because like the big thing about it is that because it's really helpful because it covers that area that Sherm normally doesn't super cover without doing a DP.
Right.
So basically, they can't jump. If they try to do their low profile move, by the time they're doing it, as the fireball's already out, you can poke them low. Like every time Tyrannia would do the roll, I would just go low after throwing out the air fireball.
Yeah.
And it just controls the neutral space really well once you get it out. And it's just surprisingly useful. It's just in a very different way, because like Evil Sherm's air fireball is like the conventional, like stupid good one.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's like, once you understand, you know.
You can't mash it as hard, but it's still useful.
Yeah, like you have to place it well, but when you place it well, it works fantastically.
Wallace's.
Wallace.
I still think C and S are A+, makes sense. L's probably A. We kind of discussed this a lot. It just makes sense at this point.
I feel like L is undervalued though. I think
it's really good. We just always talk about it's like consistency because just in certain matchups it's just not fun to play as.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like it's perfectly fine in like 80% of matchups, and it just there's like small minority of characters that just like are annoying to fight as L side that the other two sides don't really have to like deal with as harshly.
Yeah.
And that's just like that's what drags L down. It's like L's a good side. It's my favorite one to play. It's just in fireball matchups, it's just
think you
objectively
could make the argument. Well, we'll have to see. But I think, yeah, this character just got better. Technically, I think.
Yeah.
None of the new DP change does not hurt him at all. In fact, it makes defending against him even scarier.
Yeah.
Because now, if you DP bad, oh, you're dying. You are so dead. Because he can just do his 6 SP. He could probably even inside out. He could probably charge it, and
Oh
just
god, yeah.
fucking obliterate you for that. So you have to be really careful. So it's gonna be interesting to see what this does, but I think he's definitely better. He was already quite good.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
I guess this character technically got worse, but I don't.
Except for
Well, no, they got a buff
Creeper,
and a
right?
nerf.
But I don't think it's like.
Did I say enough or a nerf? Anyway.
Actually, I think overall it's a buff though, because I think the new command normal is actually way better.
It's insane.
Oh yeah.
I think it's actually insanely good.
It's for both Creeper and just Reaper. Like they have different functions, but they both seem really powerful.
Well, Reaper can get everything that Creeper can off it, but they can also use it as an overhead, so it's just straight
Yeah,
up
like
Reaper.
they have an upgraded version.
They have a standing overhead, which is great on this character, especially if you've got like mines out. Oh, fucked up. Because you can stick a mine on top of them, and then they actually have to pay
Is
attention.
mine a low?
No.
Is that like a hard to blockable? Okay.
No.
No,
That's a mid.
it's just straight up a mid, but like if you have it on top of them,
Yeah, it's still tough because you could just go low at any point.
yep.
I'm gonna double check that, but I'm pretty sure the mine is a mid.
I would believe you if you said it was a mid because I wouldn't imagine it being a low.
Yeah, it's a mid. Because that would be
That
super
just
weird.
seems it just seems like I don't know, like a much more anime fighter thing for it to be a low.
Creeper is really strange.
Creeper is really good as well.
He is. He's absurdly good. He's like... He feels like
He's
a more
probably
extreme
better
Reaper.
now because of the fact that the
Mhm.
the command normal seems really good.
Yeah.
I might have just buffed him.
I think it's he'll always be perpetually borderline, I feel.
Yeah, because it's like he's the closest to top tier. Well, like I don't know. He's very, very strong always.
Yeah, for sure. He just, I think I might just nerf his level 2 damage just because it's...
It seems really dumb, even though it's like I don't know if it's just placebo. Like you have to do some numbers tests.
I think it might just be the number of hits versus like rounding up. So that's like a thing that wouldn't happen in Game Maker where you're using floats, but yeah, it might just be a thing where like whenever it scales like so much better because it's so many hits that are rounding up into a better number. So
Yeah, I would definitely suggest like looking into the numbers.
I will.
But
sure.
Justicia.
Yeah. I think the thing about Creeper is that just like it's like Calexo said, round like before you have any resources, he seems absurd, but the longer the match goes on, the more tools you end up getting. Mostly Heartbreaker and just your own meter.
Yeah, but also just the fact that Creeper starts off with an advantage is kind of insane.
Well, yeah, but then like also he has a hard time getting people off of him.
It's true. Yeah, he has reversal on meter, and it's like really good, but that's still meter. So like
Yeah, it's a fine reversal. It's not
I
anything
don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I
crazy.
call it really good because you can jump.
I
it.
would say it's
Yeah.
like a 7 out of 10. It's like it's got a pretty decent hitbox, but it's not anything crazy.
I think I actually
Yeah.
nerfed that hitbox just because it was hitting really high, but now it hits like pretty high. It's,
Yeah, just
I think
reasonably.
I think it's fair. Like you can jump it if you're like one of the more mobile characters for sure, but like I don't think Wallace can jump it, but that's probably fine.
So, this character, I think they're probably all still A minus, but they're probably all buffed for the most part.
Yeah, because you can't. Well, depending on who you are, you can't just DP out of everything anymore.
Yeah.
It just buffs the matchup spread.
It might mean that, like, again, I said I do think it might mean that some of these characters might have to change in certain ways again.
Mhm.
because it is going to impact every matchup with the character, even Wallace. Characters that focus on grabs, on command grabs like this
Well,
are
yeah,
going
it's
to be
just
a
not
lot
gonna be as
stronger.
punishing for them.
Well,
Because
yeah,
you're gonna pick SP DP less.
and LP DP more.
Yeah.
Obviously, just changes the matchup fundamentally because obviously if they were basically it just means that these characters get to run their pressure a little bit safer because they know you're not going to do a fully invincible. Like if they think you're going to like basically they can just mark off one of the options a lot easier in their head because they know you're not going to be a crazy person unless you are. Then they'll die, I guess.
Yeah, the thing that is consistent is that backdash will keep them in check.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
backdash is always like one of the best defensive options. It is heavily underutilized, but also that's just because buffering backdashes in Mugen just kind of sucks.
We'll worry
But
about it.
that's just in Game Maker. It'll be a lot more reliable
I mean,
and a
it's
better
just
tool.
like it's hard to get the backdash input out. Not
Yeah.
even for movie reasons. It's just even in other games it can be hard to.
Oh
reverse
yeah,
the
it can be
backdash.
tough.
Yeah.
That's why Dash Macro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is a thing in games now. Anyway. So
So
where is
yeah,
I think these are all A minus probably. I don't know if any of them really like bumped up to A. Actually, if we put L side at the top of A minus, she can probably go in A. Like she's literally the #1 A minus character.
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna keep him an A minus just to
Okay.
be safe.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still feel like the neutral game is a bit lacking. I still feel
I
their
will
options
say I
could be used a
definitely
lot.
I underestimated the power of the drop kick inside C. That thing is actually insane.
Oh yeah. I think Side C and Side L are. I think the gap is a lot less
Yeah,
apparent.
just because the drop kick is actually like one of the best moves in the game, surprisingly. Like,
All right.
Hmm?
Boundary.
Boundary.
yep. What
Okay.
did we? Bottom of A makes sense.
I think we're just gonna leave them where they were.
I
don't
think
it's
I think bottom of A makes a lot of sense because it's like very powerful character, but just
Yeah, Boundary didn't change at all. I guess technically his Side L can't. Oh no, the grounded ones are fine. I think.
I think they're okay because they're throw vulnerable.
That's right.
They're
Yeah,
not fully invincible.
that's true. Yeah, actually, that's fair.
I was actually also gonna suggest like LPDPs being throw invincible. I think that would be okay
for all characters.
when they're not in the air.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like Segumi's.
No, not hers.
Oh.
I mean, if you wanted to, but
Well, I
don't
mean,
think
you're just saying. Well, you said all LPDPs.
Well, that's not DP.
Except
it's a
her.
Her SPDP is its own move.
Yeah,
I know, but like,
her specials
I'm just
are
saying.
actually assigned very differently in that they are all just different moves, just entirely. Aside from the down back punch, which is kind of the same, but anyway.
But yeah, no, I would think that even from frame 1, even when they're on the ground, they should be throw invincible.
Baxter's.
Oh, he's about to get a lot worse. Unfortunately for him.
That's
They were
true.
all A minus. I think they're all still A minus.
Probably. I don't think he's worse in the sense that he's down a tier, but I think it's a really
it's
big
just
change
like-
for him. It
Yeah.
might actually impact him more than any of the other characters.
I mean,
but
it was
he's
just cause his DP was so huge that he could just like, you could space it really well, and he would still be able to hit like, you would still block it, and then he would craze cancel.
Yeah,
I guess so. He's just gonna do jab DP now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah.
still counterplay, and then also the fact what S side doesn't even have an invincible DP, right?
Yeah.
So
His would actually still be applicable.
yeah,
to,
you would still be able to craze cancel, just not with
But it-
invincibility.
But it also, if the opponent's on the ground, it doesn't fucking matter. You're probably gonna get hit by something. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
all
most of
A
the-
minus makes sense. I don't think they would be B plus. That would feel I would feel
No.
bad putting Baxter B plus for no reason. He's fine.
Because it's universal, it applies to every character. It's
Yeah.
just, again, it's going to impact some more than others, and I think Baxter is one of the ones that's going to impact negative. Like, him and Segumi, I think, are the two characters that I think of.
Okay, CC.
It's him,
Oh.
Segumi, Akue, Sherm. Yeah. And
For
Sherm's
the most
actually
part,
pretty, yeah, Sherm's
it
like
seems
probably
like
the biggest ones for me. Just
it's.
because.
I think that those are the. I mean, there's not actually like a ton
We
of
say
characters.
Sherm, we moved Sherm up in this tier list.
It's
Well,
more
yeah,
so like
but
we moved everyone
also
else down, but also
We're
I'm
we're realizing his potential.
yeah, I'm still of the opinion that Sherm is always been like a little higher
He's
than we
always
gave
been
him
really.
credit.
Yeah, and then especially when he had old Power Punch. Old Power Punch was obnoxious.
Oh god, yeah, we just didn't even realize. But you know, I think with everything that's changed, he's still really good. Like he lost something that didn't detract from just how insane his skill set is.
I appreciate that all of this is because Sherm. This entire thing.
It kind of is, yeah. It really was because that Sherm DP. It's oh my god, Sherm is such a weird character. I love him. CC. We haven't really messed with Side C that much, even though I did get some really nice buffs.
Actually, wait, I need to check
Hmm?
if you made the super do more damage.
Oh no, I haven't messed with that super yet. I need to.
Okay.
Get that change log up to 200, baby. Alright, but yeah, side CC.
Are these
probably,
A minus?
I think I wouldn't move him.
Was that?
Oh wait, what, like up or?
No, I said I think I wouldn't.
Oh,
Oh.
one move. Yeah, sure.
And then was L side also an A minus?
Yeah, higher A minus than Side C.
Okay, and then yeah, S is still B plus because it's fun, but it's still gimmicky.
I feel like Akue and CC Side S are both in that tier. And I feel like
Eternally B plus.
I feel like that makes so much sense. Like they are.
But yeah, I mean
they are
they're
designed
the
that way.
silly ones.
Yeah.
It's really the ones that were never intended to actually be good. So
In a way, like they're intended to be viable, but not in a way that's like.
it's not the realistic pick. You don't pick it. It's like
Yeah.
this is the casual version.
Yeah.
All
pretty
right.
much.
Well.
We found our top two, basically.
Actually, I do think she is top 2 now because I don't think Side C Ajit is better than Side Cell.
Side Cell.
Side Cell. That's the wrestling version.
And then,
Side S might actually be A tier now, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not
You
a
think?
Yeah, Side S
Yeah.
has been more approved
On
of
the
lately.
come up.
Yeah. Because
I can see it.
Yeah. I think she's been pretty good. So, Akue. Well, we know where one of them goes.
Yep. I mean, I could argue for S being like the bottom of A minus, but it's
Not
really,
that big of a deal.
it's still the silly one. Like even if she has crazy combos and whatnot, she's still silly and has to like unlock her tools.
Yeah, very silly.
I think
Now, last time we put Side C Ikue in A tier, I feel like that's probably the same, but I think
But
she
you
is
think
probably...
L goes down, or
No!
because we put
I
them
think L
right
might
next
be
to
better
each
now.
other.
I think
Oh.
L might be slightly better than Side C now.
Hmm.
Because Side C,
Yeah,
I
you
think
use
actually
the
relied more on the EXDP.
yeah, the EXDP was more common.
And, Side L, I don't think it's, like, vastly better. I would put it one spot. You know, just switch
Yeah.
them. I don't think they're, like, in the same exact spot on the tier list, but I would just, like, switch them around like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's, like, just because, again, Side L, I think, has the hit confirms into that one EX
Oh,
move.
yeah.
You can reactively hit confirm that. Like, if you get one of her heavies, you can react to it hitting and confirm it. And I was doing that online.
Yeah.
And that's with, like, a bit of income and input delay. So, like, offline, that's probably fucking easy. You can just straight up confirm that and get a ton of damage and Oki, because you do get the knockdown, plus you can get, like, 1 bar CC Fireball after that. And just because, like, you're not too worried about not having a reversal, you have Backdash, you've got Heartbreaker. Like, the only thing about backdash is like extending the invincibility by like 1 or 2 frames so that certain light kicks don't clip it. But like even then, it's just like whatever.
Yeah, yeah. So, Terry.
Probably better, but like probably around the same tier.
She was at the near the top of A minus, so
Yeah, I can see that being the same. Just because again, um, she doesn't have to worry about baiting DP as much, so she can do a little bit more with her game plan.
yeah.
But at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't feel like she was sacrificing too much. Like I never felt like she was taking super big risks like that, anyways, on offense. So,
Right, yeah.
but it could just be the way you play her. It's like I don't know. But I do feel like it helps characters like her
Hmm.
grab
So-
momentum safer.
So,
He probably got better, actually.
Side S is definitely not the bottom of A minus anymore.
No.
no.
But I could still see it being A minus, but like definitely not anywhere at the bottom.
Oh god, he was in top 10 still, the other two.
I think he still is. I think he
Wait,
still
I think we actually have 10.
We have 11 now with Jumoni's.
Top 11.
Well, we've got to pick which one of those Bernies goes down to 8.
Well, okay, do we think Bernie is at the bottom of the... No, we should kick out the one who we think is the 11th best, not
We'll sort
random
them out.
Bernie.
When we sort them out, we'll vote out whatever is
Yeah.
in our 11th slot. But where do we put
And
Side S?
that's probably
It's probably A minus. Because I don't know, it's still very gimmicky, but it's definitely, like, solid.
A high
Wait,
A minus?
Probably, whenever we get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, can we... And since we're at J now, can we finally get rid of the dreaded B minus tier?
Yeah, I think we might be going back to S tier.
Because we actually do not have a B minus anymore.
Well, we don't know. Where do you guys think Side L?
I think Side L is A minus. I think it's good now. I think it's a functioning character,
yeah.
Yeah.
It seems to,
and it didn't really actually sacrifice that many of the crazy combos.
No, like that's all still there. It's just
Yeah, it's just now you don't die for
works
getting
now.
hit.
Which
I think weren't they basically all A minus before? I think that still stands.
Where's...
I think Side S is still the best of them though.
Realistically, Ice Parry is good. It seems to have the lowest damage is the main thing, but
I think it's just Ice Ball.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's the best zoner, I would say.
Yeah, S is the zoner. I'd say the other two are like the
The other
combo
two
ones.
actually have surprisingly like complex and damaging combos.
For
Side
sure.
Side S has less damage just because like the Icicle Super actually sucks at like the scaling, and like a lot of different combos, so that kind of sucks. And then Freeze I think adds more scaling than like the Burnout does.
Yeah, for sure. So,
But I don't think I'll be able to stick around for ordering, but it was at least nice to put the characters where they need to be.
yeah.
So I'll head out.
Alrighty.
Because school is a thing that exists, sadly.
Alrighty.
Goodbye, everyone.
Take easy. Oh, where's everything? Here we go.
All right.
Bring back.
Oh, we're doing that again.
Yes. Let's see.
So we're gonna keep the A minus tier.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
All right. So S tier. Let's start with the S, the best.
Actually,
BES.
so with that in mind,
I've got half an hour tops. I'm gonna speed run this. Isabella, is it? No, I'm kidding.
that's my boss calling me.
Very intimidating music. I guess your bosses ought to speed run this too.
Jesus Christ.
You going in?
I guess?
Like right now, or?
No. I just like, I can't go for the next 30 minutes, and he's like, oh, okay. I guess he'll, I don't know, you might beat him, I don't know. And I was like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on. Like, straight up. Never mind. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
30 minutes go. Okay.
Yeah.
Isabella. I was trying to do like the Yakko song and I can't. Isabella Ichi Tsugumi. Sure. Okay. Alright. S tier. Okay. CNL probably the top 2. I would say that's pretty easy. Like,
Yeah.
none of these changes matter. The queen sits on her ivory throne.
Yeah.
French people be like. Number 3 is where it gets really contentious. I don't think it's Tsugumi.
It's a G, wouldn't it be?
Maybe. I mean, he's always like there. But I might think, you know what? Hot take. It might be Saito.
I believe
Truly.
it. Honestly, I believe it.
I think like, the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, yeah, you know, the parry is really good, but like, I don't know if it's good in that way. Like, it's quite solid when you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is Side Siege better or worse than Sug right now? I think probably better.
Yeah.
Not to be a doomer, but I think she might be worse than Sherm.
I don't think that's
Which
the
is it?
case.
Okay, maybe Side L. She might be worse than Side L Sherm.
Jesus Christ. That's a long drop for just
I
that.
mean, it's like 3 spots. Like, it's not that big. It's
I
not
mean,
like I'm
considering
saying,
where she's been sitting, and then it's like, well, now she
yeah,
can't
but-
recklessly throw a DP, so she's like worse than 5 other characters. It's like, that's a little harsh, it feels like.
It is, but like, she has like the best DP in the game. One of them, anyways. You
Yeah,
get a
but-
fat combo from it. You get great Oki. You can Craze cancel it on the ground or in the air. It's like it's not even the DP itself. It's just that it's on her. So like that gave her so much flexibility on defense that she didn't need.
Right, yeah.
She's a glass cannon ideally, but I felt like she wasn't really glass enough because you can just DP very safely in a lot of situations, and it just hurts to get hit by, especially if she has meter, and she's gonna have it if she's like not spending it carelessly. She doesn't. Her level 1 supers in side C aren't super great, so it's like you're always gonna have 2 bars for the most part.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, oh, you Craze cancel your DP, and then like they don't block the mix-up, and you just cash out 2 bars, maybe even build like an extra bar or almost a full bar again, and then you've got like a high-low run-up throw mix-up or a cross-up. She also has a cross-up that's active for 20 years and hits really low, like. But it's like, all of this is predicated on the fact that like you couldn't really pressure her before that easily when she had 2 bars. But now you can, and that changes a lot. That makes her a lot more frail.
I would like to point out, though, that I feel like Sherm also suffers from the same exact nerfs that Tsugumi's got.
He does, but I think the clutch factor lies in the LP DP.
That is something, yeah.
He has that. That's the big thing, is that he's got like the jab DP.
Yeah, 'cause she
And
doesn't
also,
have that.
it's the jab DP that's also not unsafe raw. If I remember right, his jab DP inside C was like -1.
Is it?
It is, if I remember right. It was at one point.
I don't know if it's still that safe. That sounds insane. Because that is a
Right.
weird decision, I feel.
It was that at one point.
Hmm.
Check it right now, see what it is.
Yeah, okay. Because I do want to know. Oh, I have Sherm open right now.
Pull him up on the screen.
Just don't worry about it. Just trust me. You talking about on block? is light
Yes.
DP. It's minus 18.
Okay, at one point it was -1.
No,
Back-
it's it is unsafe.
Let me see if I can even find the. Oh god. Well, the good news is.
Mhm.
Break.
Peak for -1.
He doesn't even. The run DP is minus 7.
I don't know if that one should be that bad. You know, we'll
It's really fast. I mean, the AI doesn't even know how to block it.
God.
But yeah,
Looking at vlogs, or looking at chat logs from 1 year ago is really fun.
oh god.
I think the one bar Craze county should A, have a different name, that ended up happening, and B, have some small, tiny benefit to not make it completely worthless if you use it and don't read anything off your opponent.
Oh, because it was like the only thing it did was it would use a neutral. It was just like super weird. You get like air mobility off it still, but yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting looking at like old logs.
Another question is, did Sherm climb that far up past Wallace?
I don't think he's better than Wallace.
That's the thing.
I think Wallace is actually probably better than Segumi right now, though.
Yeah.
I think you could believe that, right? I feel like that's believable.
It feels weird.
Well, I mean, but think about it. Like, none of these changes matter to him, but they all make him that much scarier.
It's true.
It might result in his damage scaling changing.
It might, yeah.
It probably could. Now that you can't just DP out of everything he does, I feel like, because Seidel, honestly, could be really dumb when you consider that, like, if he blocks a DP. Oh god. Well, let's just say, yeah, like his scaling might just have to be normalized. I don't know. I don't mind that he does big damage. It's just we'll have to see what the test is.
We'll have to see. Yeah.
I don't want to say do it because
I think the main thing is honestly Seidel might just get too much bonus damage from charging his moves. He might just need to scale that back a little bit, and then everything else will be fine.
well, yeah, because like it's like now that he's gonna have a situation in which he can get that, because like the reason he had it before is because like getting a dire counter fully charged slap at any point when you had momentum and it wasn't really early on in a round
Yeah.
was like this is never happening. But like in situations now where you block a DP, you can realistically charge it like the slap. I think even like half charge.
Yeah.
A lot
at
more.
least.
But okay, do you think? Yeah, side C is still worse. I think side C Wallace might be worse than side C Segumi.
Yeah.
Just cause side S Wallace just has the fucking confirms and just Mega Fist is a really good move. It's a really fucking good move to have.
It is, yeah.
Like the more I play him, the more I'm like, you know, it at first it was the level 3, then it was the C Tech, and now I think I've settled on the fact that Mega Fist is just incredible. And it's like this move just gives him a way to just. That move is designed to fucking obliterate you for trying to tech a throw ever. Like if he slips that into a point where like he would tick throw you, like he does a light normal and then just does it, and you try to like tech a throw, you die.
God, yeah.
It hurts. It hurts so bad. It hurts Snake. Like it's brutal. I don't think he does like Seidel Wallace damage though. I think of the Wallaces, I think his damage output is like strangely not the best of the 3 of them. I think it's like in the middle. I think it's better than side C's, but it's worse than side L's.
So where are we putting Sherm? amongst that little group.
I think he could be below. Do you think? I think Side L Sherm might be better than Side C Wallace.
Yeah.
And then I think Side C Sherm is worse than Side C Wallace. Does that sound about right?
So you think they're so below Sagumi?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be fair. I'll be fair. It's funny though that it's like, we have to think about how much this nerf hurt Sherm as we put him into S tier.
Exactly.
Crazy how that works. I think the thing that stops Side C from being better than Side L is the worst passive, and again, the moves being locked behind charge means you're limited in where you can do them. Which is by design.
Yeah, yeah.
Side L has a lot of really good moves that aren't. It's just they're not as powerful. He doesn't have the run, he doesn't have the, his pressure is not as sticky, I would say. Generally in Side L Sherm, you kind of do your block strings in really short bursts that either end in a focus attack, backdash to get away and bait something, or just a focus attack.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas Side C Sherm, you do like fucking footsie, hub jokin', and you just poke at them forever and ever and ever until they either heartbreaker to get pissed off enough to heartbreaker you off, or you open them up and hit them for like. You don't even do a lot of damage. That's the worst part. Side C Sherm's damage output actually isn't that good. It's just that you continually hit them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like his dire counter damage is acceptable. Like I can't find anything crazy optimal with him, but it's like you're gonna get so many free hits from just being annoying that it's like it'll add up. It'll chunk off a bunch of their health really quickly. I think his passive is notably the weakest of the three of them. I think Side S Sherms might be like the least useful in practice because like how often are you not gonna be dead by the time you're at that health value in that mode? But
Right.
Side C Sherms is definitely the one that has the least impact because it's just like you're getting, unless you're at like 2 bars, your level 2 super isn't particularly crazy good, and like your 3 bar super is okay, but just Side L's passive is insanely good. Getting access to 1 bar CCs with that fireball in mind is just like, yeah, really good.
I do wonder, what if you switch Side C and Side L's passives?
That would be very weird.
Because I think Side Hell is the more, like, unique supers. So you get,
Think
like,
about it.
you get more options. So, like, you have more use of that meter. And then Side
Why?
C, like...
That is a huge buff to Side C Sherm's pressure.
Hold on a second.
Well,
Fucking incredible.
what?
The first call was telling me that I need to leave right away because otherwise I'll, be late. And I'm like, no, I can't leave right now. And the second call was telling me, you could wait. You don't have to actually leave that early. Like, 30 minutes. And I'm just like, so is it gonna... I don't know. I'm just gonna leave at 12:30, which I just don't even fucking care.
I mean, listen, that's the leeway they're giving you. It's essentially just him calling and telling you what you already knew, which I think is really funny, but like,
yeah.
at the very least, it's not you have to go right now.
I just straight up don't even know why my boss called me. Like, that's why that conversation took so long, is because I was trying to figure out why he called me.
Anyways, like that passive change, besides C Sherm, it's like I don't, because that would just make his pressure even better. I feel like it makes sense with side L because like your craze cancel options aren't as good. Generally, like outside of the fireball in neutral, it's like, well, could you imagine just like Sherm at low health generating 1 bar CC have joking?
That's the thing though, like, I feel like, wouldn't it be better to give it to the character where it makes the most sense? As opposed to, like...
It depends on what you mean. Because, I mean, it would make him better. But would it be a good idea? This is a different question entirely. Because I don't think passive meter generation is bad. It's just, you know... It makes up for the fact that everything else is kind of insane. At least I think so, anyway.
It's hard, yeah. It's... I don't know. Either way, So, Bernie is,
Hey, which one is better?
Still C, I think.
Oh, probably. Yeah, because I don't think Bernie is... I don't think Bernie's ever going to leave this spot. I don't...
He's getting close, though. He's bottom 10. Or not bottom 10, but the bottom top 10.
I was gonna say, what version of Battle Craze are we playing now? And that's the... If that ever happens, I'd be really shocked.
But, you know, he's getting inched out by, I honestly, the funniest thing I think looking at this is it seems to be, it's like primarily the first 4 characters and Isabella.
The first 4 and the last. It really is appropriate.
It is, yeah.
That's because our basic character idea is just like, hey, they're really scary.
Yeah. Although one of those is Side S Wallace, which is like just a weird thing. All honesty, Side S Wallace is so strange.
Yes.
So.
Top of A+. This is a hard one. I feel like by principle it needs to be... Would it be Sook?
No?
Probably. Maybe.
I don't know. She's the one that got hit hardest, I think.
Yeah, and like in Side L's case, it's like this probably. Oh.
I think she would be like maybe middle of A, but
I don't know. That's a bit far because she did get some other really good buffs.
oh, middle of A plus. Well, yeah.
Just because like I'm quantifying it in my head, and I think last tier list she was in the top one, right?
Yeah, she's in top 10.
I think bottom, like I think the top of A plus is fine for her. Just because, like, again, it's still everything really good about Tsugumi. I think she's got better mirrorless damage.
Yeah,
which is nice. You've got a way to launch without spending bar, which makes that move a lot scarier.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got a good counter. I think the counter super is nice to have.
Oh, you got launch off of it. It's insane.
Yeah, it's actually probably like the best reward counter super in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Straight up get a full combo. She can generate a ton of meter, a ton of damage. So I think it's good. I think she's fine. It's just that she's probably going to be worse. This is all speculative. The thing about this tier list is that we'll have to actually play the game again and
yeah,
probably end up remaking it again, but whatever. You know, speculative is fun.
I think we'll probably be able to just adjust this one at that point.
Yeah, it'll probably.
If we're not making any major changes, then we could just like.
Because Isabella's not moving.
Yeah. Side S Ajit.
I don't know if he's that high up.
You think so? Yeah.
Well, I think he's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's just way too rickety rockety. Okay, and here's the hot take. I think Sidel Wallace is actually really high up now. I think
Hmm.
every single character that has to commit to any kind of reversal really fears this man right now.
Seidel Bernie can't get too far down there as well. He didn't.
Yeah, I feel like he might be above Wallace.
I would say so, yeah.
I think the cigarette.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I do think Sidel Wallace has like those worst matchups, but the more I think about it, how many of those occupy that tier above him? Who's zoning him? Like Sherm? It's one.
Yeah.
Every other character in that tier, outside of like another Wallace, because you know that mirror match is demented. No matter, even if it's two sides that are different, it's just like God, Wallace shuts himself down so hard.
Yeah.
Like he cannot approach his own status speed. Weirdly enough, Side C Wallace might be the best Wallace at dealing with Wallace.
Absolutely. It makes sense.
Because he just has the passive armor on his specials, which is really nice. You're encouraged to just kind of do them.
Yeah. You also got Gun. Can't be
Ah,
poked
yes,
out.
the ultimate counter poke.
So,
Evo Sherm probably.
really? Hmm. I guess, yeah, that checks. What about Kue?
Yeah, this is where it gets tough because it's just like this is a bundle of characters that all could probably be S tier if like any of those other characters weren't as good as they were. I would honestly put Creeper above Side C Kue right now.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like good neutral is great, but good offense is greater. And I think Seidel Akue's neutral conversion ability is just amazing. Even if you don't get 3 stacks, you can still confirm into that crack shoot thing, and it still does pretty good damage, I want to say, even at 1 stack.
Yeah.
Like, it's still damage. It's still great. Like, you basically have to charge for like a nanosecond, and you've got like insane corner carry confirm.
So
It's
we
like
actually
that.
we changed our letter, so we actually have an A and A minus if we actually want to boot someone down from A plus to just A.
We'll figure it out. I don't think so though. I think this is all about right.
I think the only one I would suggest is Robo Sagumi,
Maybe.
like top of A, but
She's very, very weird.
she is.
I don't know what to give her.
It's weird because
I just feel like if she had a way to get a knockdown that didn't cost a battery.
I mean, she's light DP. That's still a thing.
Well, yeah, but it's so hard to, like, you have to kind of sacrifice your damage to get it. Because, like, her damage is predicated on doing Rekka.
That's fair, yeah.
I almost wonder if, like, being able to chain into light DP after the Rekka would be okay.
I was thinking maybe you could actually chain into DP at any point in the Rekka, so like on the 3rd hit, you could just be like, instead of ending with the overhead one, you could just end with the DP.
Oh, so you could do, like, 1, 2, and then DP.
Yeah, so like it would be part of the Rekka chain, but you can't chain off of it.
I would assume it would be, like, the light DP then.
You don't think you can do both? I mean, I don't really see why you can't do both. I don't think there's...
Yeah, you know what? It would probably be fine now because you're making that Craze cancel change.
Yeah.
Now that, because like the initial reason I was against that was because, you know, she had 2 bars, you could just do that and then delay it in Craze cancel and keep running mix up for doing an invincible move. But now that you're gonna make that change where you can't do that, yeah, I think that's fine. That would give her a way to steal turns. Would give her a way to generate a knockdown. Just because, like, the only way to get it is the electric overhead, and the knockdown advantage isn't particularly great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she could probably be an A.
Yeah.
Would have got 9 more minutes, oh god. Saida Sajit, yeah, probably about right there. Better or worse than Boundary?
Better.
Really? Okay.
I think, yeah, because I think Boundary is like really an all-arounder, but I think Ajit has better highs but worse lows.
Okay, I can agree with that. I think pretty much all the boundaries are interchangeable. And I
Yeah.
think Cyrus Isabella is the bottom of A+. I don't know if she's, like, bad. It's just,
I think
you
she's
know.
actually pretty good. I'm actually.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're in this tier. You have to be.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
You're still in the upper half of the roster. Like, who would you put her above? Cyrus Ajit, maybe, to be honest.
I think she would be right below Akue.
Yeah.
I think that's honestly probably... Because I feel like Akue might be a better version of her, but...
I don't know. It could be the other way around, too.
It's true. They're very different.
I'd see Akue is, like, I think she's fine. It's just... Man.
I think Saisi Akue is good. That's the one I prefer playing.
He's just good.
Yeah.
That's the end result. That's fine to be, though. Top of A tier is probably...
This is one we have to actually kind of split up a bit because we had lumped them together before. I think Robosuck could go here.
I don't know if she's the best in that tier, is the thing.
You think so?
I don't think she's the best in that tier. I think Reaper... Well... It might be Reaper. Or Justicia. Probably Justicia, to be honest.
I say it's really hard looking at this list. It's such a varied list.
I think it is Justicia.
All three?
Seidel first, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Best looping pressure of the three. Tyrannia, I don't know where I'd put her, but I think she's the second best of them.
Really? Okay.
I think I put worst in quotes, but it's like the weakest of the Justicias. Below that, probably still Terry. If only because, you've got the crazy cross-up.
Yeah.
You've been considering if it was, like, regularly blockable by humans at certain angles. It's just, like... It's still really hard to block all the time. And... she's got so many ways to blow up defense, and now that she can block a DP and keep going, wow. That's actually going to be a really big improvement for this character. Even if her tiered placement doesn't change a lot, it's going to feel a lot better playing her, because you're going to be able to actually hold that momentum you're getting.
Yeah.
That's a big problem I had with her, is that, you'd have to give up your turn a lot, and that's not fun when you're Terry. The point is that you don't.
Yeah. Agreed.
I am. Because that's the reason her neutral is very bad. Because, it's like, oh, well, you get in and you can kind of wait for them to have to blow meter to get you off. Sidus Terry... Probably still an A.
You think she goes with the other ones?
Yeah. God, this is so hard to order.
It is,
so close. We have 5 minutes.
No, apparently we have more time than that, so it doesn't matter. So.
Okay, well, I gotta go to bed soon. So
well, fair.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Side S is probably... Which one do you think is the best of the three of them?
Terry?
Yeah.
C.
Yeah.
I think CLS works for them because... And I think C and L are pretty much the same. Like, they have their own benefits, but also, like, at the core, still kind of the same. Whereas Side S is, like, a much different character because she doesn't have command grabs.
Yeah, I think Side S is probably worse than a few characters.
Yeah, I think Side S will actually go down. I would say, at the very least, put Reaper.
Yeah, Reaper for sure. Reaper is just good.
Yep.
I think this character, now that you can't just DP out of everything, is going to be really dumb. Because now you've got to hold a lot more. Shooting Star just got better.
Yeah?
Target locked.
Oh god, the mines.
It's got better. The mines are so stupid now because even if you DP, if you DP, the one thing you can do to get away from mine, when it's on you, is now just no. No, even if you've got Craze Bar, nope. And that's
Jeez.
gonna be really fucked up with deal, but to be honest, Side C Reaper might even be an A+. That's kind of crazy to think about, but like, when you make this change, that's gonna change like the pressure structure substantially, and that's gonna make Reaper able to like enforce a fucking high-low.
I want to see
off
that
of
in
mine.
action first before I make a decision, but yeah. Because
Oh, you
that's
mean on the 2-bar CC or on the tier thing?
just on the tiers, yeah. Just for now,
Yeah,
like I
but
think,
like
yeah.
it's potential.
Yes.
It definitely, and even Seidel, just because like a lot of what Reaper's offensive limitations were was that they could get out. You know, there's a very clear answer that's pretty safe with 2 bars.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be really interesting. Again, like characters like that and Terry, like Terry and Reaper, both have a ton of potential to actually climb up now because like they're gonna be able to hold on to their position just so much better.
What a
At
fucking
the
roster.
very least, their opponent has to guess more.
Yeah, for sure. Alright.
Baxter.
I was gonna probably put Baxter in A-.
Yeah, this is a really big nerf.
Yeah.
He's just kind of. Damn. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
But do you? Probably not.
I do because I like Baxter, but he
I do think it might be a little overstated. If only because like he still has the jab DP.
mhm. Yeah.
Like it's not, and I think Seidel of the 3 might be the best again because of the DP, because he can still actually cancel his.
It's true. I do think you think it's better than Side S?
Yeah, I think Side S is still really good. I think Side C is the worst.
Okay.
I think Seidel could maybe be an A. It's like super big theory land. Because like who's even gonna be an A-? Like Jane and Baxter?
I was thinking mostly just Baxter. Like looking at this roster, I was like, it might just be a Baxter tier, and I think that's okay.
Man,
Because Baxter's such a weird character.
you've done this to Trent. You've just nerfed Trent.
I didn't. I mean, I guess I did.
You did.
It was basically my version of the dealing with the Sherm DP, is making you deal with the Baxter DP, where it's
I
just
mean,
like,
I was fine with it.
no, I mean, that's...
I mean, in fact, it was very punishable even when you did it because he was so floaty that,
well,
like...
he got the new C-Tech, so I actually found myself being very comfortable with it after those changes.
Well, yeah, you gave him that specifically because, and I remember this conversation, I was like, well, compared to every other DP Craze cancel, he gets, like, he just dies. And you're like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna give him that. And I'm like, what? Wait. And then you did, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, whatever. It's like, fine.
That's because look where he is, like...
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying it didn't make sense. It's just like, you know, at this point, now that we're changing that, it's like...
It's just a weird thing where, like, I don't know what to do with this character because he's really annoying and people hate fighting him, but then it's like, when you come to tier list, you're like, nah, he's one of the worst characters, and it's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Nothing. It's just what he does.
Yeah.
That's what characters like this do, they annoy you. But I mean, it's also just like, I don't think Seidel is that bad. I think Seidel is an A.
I don't think they're that different. I think they're...
I do. Well, I think the DP change is going to make him that different at this point.
Yeah, I mean...
I think that's relevant. I think that is relevant, because he doesn't lose that speed when he gets hit.
Right,
So like,
but he loses that speed by canceling.
he does, but he gets that opportunity. I think that's a niche. That's a niche that he has now. I think that's demonstrable that you're like one of the only characters in the game that can get out off your DP.
It's true, but...
And the DP itself is fucking humongous. So it's like, I don't know, I think it's notable enough to put him in A.
If you say so. I don't feel like it makes that big of a difference.
Well,
like,
it didn't
between the other
before.
ones. Yeah. I never saw that as being like amazing because it's like he gets out, but then he has to build again. Like he has to basically play passively until he's able to build his speed.
Well, yeah, but on the flip side, Baxter being out is fine. I think it was a lot worse when you could get Dire counted out of it.
Right, yeah.
But now that you only get counter hit, it's like whatever, right? Like if they hit you out of it, but you've already built it, you're fine. I don't think he's like high up in A tier. I just don't think he's that bad. I honestly don't even know if Baxter's that bad.
No, because I feel like I annoy people with him so much that he isn't that bad, but then it just...
Okay, so when you say this, do you mean that you agree that he's weaker? Because I do feel like whenever I win against him, he just doesn't get to do anything. I feel.
I honestly can't say, because no one plays him but me. That's the thing where I'm going to fall in that. Like, no one plays this character but me, so all I can say is, I feel like I have a good time playing him most of the time. I do get shut out sometimes. No. I do sometimes get shut down. That happens. But...
So, but like, then would you put him in A-, or do you...
Well, no, I genuinely don't know, because I don't know what it's like to even fight him. Because no one plays him but me. So until I actually have that experience, until I know, like, what it's like to deal with him, I can't really tell you. So...
Well, yeah, but, I mean, I get that.
I think I think that makes us both uniquely unable to actually, like, assess where he is on the power level, because you mostly have to deal with him, I mostly have to play him. So...
Well, yeah, I get that, but I feel like you would know better because playing him is more informative.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, and I do think that, like...
And we spent, like, most of this patch buffing him, which is why I'm like, I don't know if he's really that bad.
It's tough, because every other character on the A tier, I'm like... I also really like them. I mean, honestly... This A tier, and I guess A-, is like where all my mains are. It's fucking my character, Justicia, who I fucking love playing, and Baxter, who I love playing. So I'm like, I don't know if he's better.
It's like, you look at all these characters, and it's like, it's hard for me to say they're actually worse than Baxter. It's the problem, where it's like...
That's the thing, it's like...
I think that's where we're getting at, is just like, no, that's not worse than Baxter, they're not worse than Baxter, so it's like... But you don't want to say he sucks, because he doesn't suck, it's just fuck. It's just these characters are all better than him.
It's super weird.
It's because his gimmick is just, he has to build it.
But he has the means to do so, it's just...
Yeah, it's just... Oh yeah, no, before he did, he was fucking awful. But
yeah,
like...
it's definitely come a long way. It's hard.
It is. I also don't feel right, because, like, if it's just Baxter's here, that's just wrong.
I mean, to be fair, we've done that before with the Ukue side K tier.
Okay, but that's different. And it's still here! But whatever.
Jesus fucking Christ!
See, I told you I had to go at 1:30, 12:30.
Christ almighty. Okay. Let's knock these out.
Yeah, okay. Side CC,
He's really good. We haven't tested him enough. I feel like he had things that he was missing, and now he has them, but we haven't really given him enough of a shot. So...
I need to. I'm gonna say A. Probably above Baxter, Fable, Terry. Side L CC is probably around where Side L Terry is. We gave CC a command grab. It's evil.
Yeah.
His offense is actually going to be better because you can't just DP out of it. In fact, he might be better than Terry. Truthfully.
He might be. It's
I think he actually is. I don't think he's better at doing what Terry does than Terry is, but I think as a character, I think he's better. Just a little fucker.
he's
What do you mean?
fast.
He's a little fucking little prick. Little fucking gremlin motherfucker.
He
Look
has
at his
speed over
fucking
Terry.
face. Fucking stupid motherfucker. That's why he's there. That's where he is.
Yeah.
My side LCC was just like, you were like, yeah, you know what? No, he's actually just good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I was just like, oh yeah, he's a little fucker. Side S Bernie,
I would put him fairly high in A tier
yeah,
because he's got a lot of what makes Bernie good.
better than Justicia, I think.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I truthfully think it could even be an A+. If I was being really jacked, because I don't think it's gimmicky.
No,
I
it's just
It
good.
is. You just charge it up and it works. Like,
It's good.
not great. It's not like, oh, you're with Wallace, but like, it's good.
It's
And
just
like,
strong.
you get a free fucking dire counter. Like, it's a respectable quality character. Very, very finely crafted Belgian Bernie.
He's like this weird thing where he has to maneuver around to get in whenever he charges that up, because usually he is like out of range in order to get that dire counter stack. But then once he gets in, he gets a dire count, and then he gets, not only does he get a dire combo, he, for, basically nothing, he also gets stacks of armor, and his throws do more damage, so he's set. Like, one dire counter, and he is fucking set.
Yeah, even if you don't get like the C-Tech, if you get a dire, well,
Yeah.
you get like a ton of momentum and good damage. He's got an unjumpable command grab, which is great.
Yep.
What more can I say? He's just very good.
So, Jane, this is the one that, like, I keep pushing to get her higher because I think she's really good.
Well, I mean, at one point she was an A tier in Side S.
Yeah.
Side C Jane is probably maybe above CC. L.
Which one? Let's say.
Yeah.
Really? Excellent. Because honestly, I would say she is the only dedicated zoner in this game. Like, in the traditional sense, like, there's a lot of characters who have good range, but she's the
Yeah.
one that has just fireballs that are, like, really good utility.
I'm gonna put asterisks though, because I think Reaper has a ton of potential this patch.
True, but they're much more...
Not for zoning, just
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
for character strength, because I think Reaper and Terry could stand to move up.
Fair. That's, yeah.
Side L Jane, worse than Side CS though, I think.
Yeah.
I think the consistency is always gonna bite her in the ass, but I think she's probably like right below Reaper.
It's fair, yeah.
I think like when it works real good. It doesn't, but you know what? The fact that I can say it works at all is
There's no longer a B- because she isn't there to be in it, so...
yes.
That's-
Side S Jane, if we're gonna go this route, I still think she's the best. I could maybe put her in A+.
I'm so torn, because I think she's got things that the other Janes don't, but I do think she misses out in that her fireball, while being slow is good, it can also be bad, because at a range it's basically just, hey, dodge this.
I've never had issues using it. I think like the fact that it controls so much space is incredible. Because I think if you're making the argument that she's the dedicated zoner, then the one that's the best at it should theoretically be the one that's the best. Because the damage is quite good, but
I do.
On the other
I say
Janes,
she
I
has the
mean.
lowest damage of the Janes, though.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
but like their damage is quite good, but like
hmm
when you're a character that's built around winning neutral, if you're the best at winning neutral, you're probably the best version of that character. Is where I stand on that.
That's fair.
Just my opinion. And because anytime I use side S Jane, it's stupid. It's just I throw the ice ball out and I just do shit, and it's like it stays on the screen for so long that it will protect me in my time of need.
I
like
almost
it.
wonder if she needs to have the projectile stay on screen if she gets hit. Specifically for side S.
Yes. Well, I mean, if you took that out, it would make it a lot worse. But I mean, if that's the idea.
Because I think it being around is fine, but that's kind of thing. Like it doesn't stick around nearly as bad for the other ones. Whereas with side S, it feels like you could just throw it out no matter what, and then even if you eat shit, you're gonna end up taking your turn because ice, you know, freezing a DP or whatever. It feels strange, basically.
It is very weird.
So I think if I were to be concerned about how good she was, I think the first thing to go would be her fireball would disappear when she takes damage, just because it functions so much differently. Despite it being the same state, all it did I did was slow it down.
You gave it another bounce too. That's the big thing for me is that it bounces
Oh
one extra.
yeah.
I
But
think she's like top of A.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah. 'Cause
Maybe better than Justicia. I think the neutral.
I think that checks. So,
I mean, that's you can even put side C Jane above side C Justicia if you wanted to be really pragmatic character. I could believe that.
I could. I'm not sure.
Just because the neutral on Jane is very good.
I'm really torn on that one.
And I do think she's got like a very good matchup against one of the good characters, which is Sherm. That's
Yep.
something she has that's very good to have. It's a good Sherm matchup. I'll leave it up to you.
I think for now we'll leave it this way.
Robosug.
Yeah, we never actually found a place for her.
I'm gonna say below Reaper. Probably is she worse than Side L Jane?
No.
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 She better than Reaper?
Yes. But worse
Really?
than Terry.
Even with mine? Okay.
I think so.
I
just
really
because-
want to test out mine with this Craze cancel DP change because I feel like we just need to see it to really understand it, but I feel like it's gonna be terrifying.
Right, I think this makes sense. The only thing that I'm taking issue with is that side S Justicia or Tyrania is in between the other Justicias and not lower, because I think she's actually maybe the Justicia that struggles the most.
Really? Because the last time I mentioned that, you were just like, oh, I think she's actually quite good.
I go back and forth on her. I think because the last couple of things I've done is actually buff her just because I thought she actually was really lacking. She has the worst approach. Like, the other two have much better approach than her. And anybody with, like, range, which is a lot of characters, she has a hard time with. She's, kinda evil Shermie in that way. I think she has this sort of weakness that is very apparent in certain matchups. But in certain other ones, I think she's pretty good. I do think I just need to give her something. I know one is like, much like how Isabella Side S doesn't get dire, or is not dire prone during her C-Tex. Tyrania can stand to get that too, because she is right now, and that's kind of messed up.
Only the ones that are attacking should be dire prone. Like if she does power slide.
Yeah, oh no, yeah, like the attack's fine, but just the movement. Like, she's dire prone during like the hops and stuff, and it just doesn't make any sense. So, and I think that's just part of it. Like, we used to be just anything that was, you know, a special was dire prone, but now it's like, nah, if it's just like movement and stuff, it's fine. But yeah, I think that would be, at the very least, I would just move side C up and then side S down, and then I feel comfortable with that.
You think Side S is worse than Side C Chain?
Hmm.
Maybe.
I think that matchup sucks, but no. It's... Actually, yes.
To say, maybe even worse than CC, to be honest.
I was gonna put it right there. I think she has a little more than Terry, maybe. But... And only so much she has, like, armor and some,
Actually, I think Terry could even be better, to be truthful. Because, like, you've got, like, Terrania's mix-up is not nearly as crazy as Terry's cross-up.
That's true. Actually, they play a similar game, really.
They are, it's just I feel like Terry is just better, more meta. I think that's fair.
This works.
And I think Reaper will probably not be here for very long.
Yes.
I do not think Reaper is gonna be in A tier for very long. They're gonna move up. I'm
Agreed.
fairly confident that once you make the DP change and we just fuck around with mines and shit, it's gonna be
Be a different ballgame.
It's terrifying. It's gonna change. This whole tier list can be revised.
Yep, I need to get to work before I get any more fucking phone calls. But
Have fun, bye.
thank you for this.
No problem.